Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing a deck profile from a regional top on the weekend. My friend James played at Western Regional and he played Swordsoul. So yeah, what place did you come?
Fourth place, one behind you actually.
Yeah.
Quite funny.
Yeah. So you come X1 in Swiss and finished fourth, and he played Swordsoul. So do you want to take us through your list?
Yeah, so I'll start with sort of like the engines to like compile them together, make it easier. So we've got 3 Moye, never to talk about.
Yeah.
2 Ecclesia, I'll explain in a second. 2 Tire, 3 Longyon. So this themselves, this is completely fine, nothing to really talk about there. What I will say to talk about is the Ecclesia. So normally people play 3. I think the reason why people would have played 3 originally was because during a shooter tier format, Bestials were very prevalent at the time.
Yeah.
Also like Havernus would trigger as well, so you always get a body. So you could go Bestial, Banish, Summon, Special Ecclesia, and you can make like a Baron. The problem is now there aren't as many bodies anymore as there used to be. That could be on your turn. There's like what, maybe Gamma, but going first, it's effectively a worse Moye, and I don't think it's going to come up as much playing it at 3. Also, I don't want a clock of hand normal summons. Like you've already got what? You've got 3 Moye, you've got 2 Tire. If you play the third one of this, you've already got 8-9 normal summons. I don't think that's particularly good anymore.
Yeah, makes sense.
So that's the Swordsoul into the monsters. And then we got 1 Shatana, 3 Vish, 3 Shuna, 3 Atara.
So you've been all of them, pretty much.
Yeah, I effectively just want to I kind of like the fact that you could have, always at least have 2 I want. So I want these 2 in particular because I can bait interactions with just these 2 alone, or like a Vashuda. Shatana actually come up quite a lot with the interaction where like, you could go Blackout, pop 2, trigger, banish itself, bring back, pop another card. That would help a lot with trying to break boards or like trying to prevent them from actually like playing into my boards. You could play like 2-2 and like it would help. I might do that actually in the Nationals to have more hand traps. But I found this event, I didn't know what I was preparing against, so I just wanted all the package just so I could see as many as I wanted.
For sure, yeah, makes sense.
So we've got then the spells. So 3 emergence, 1 blackout, nothing to really talk about there in particular, nothing special. I actually did consider maybe like 2 or 3 of this. Only because like I can actually like draw into this and have a combo, because it means then that like they can't tell whether you actually have a blackout or not, which is quite important.
Yeah.
If they know you have it, they'll try and play around it. If you just like set like 1 calm pass, they have to try and guess whether it's like an imperm, it could be a Book of Moon potentially, which I'll show you in a minute I do play. So I like the fact maybe you play more than 1, but for this event I didn't try and do that. Maybe for the white. Maybe
It just likes going second if you draw multiples as well.
Yeah, exactly. This one I did also try as well. Just something like, this is like a little spice. This card, I wasn't 100% sure on it. So the problem I had was originally looking into it was that I played 2 Heavenly instead of this. And my problem was if someone tried to Veil or Imperm my Moye, this is just stuck in your hand, unless you have another way to extend. Whereas Heavenly, you can attribute the Moye, search Shatana special combo. The problem was that actually playing this, it has so many different lines you can play. So being able to have like 2 level 10s like a Baron with like an Evil Honor or Cheng Yin is a lot stronger than like a Shisha and a Baron, because it also means then that like the Blackout, for example, you've got 2 targets instead of 1. So sometimes like before, they would force me to they would try and get my Shisha because Baron can't be popped with the Blackout. And also the fact that you can also, another thing I would also do, is I was trying to OTK, I would make Cheng Yin by using this, I would banish it to make a token, and it would trigger the Cheng Yin because it doesn't actually care that there's no non-effect monsters, and like most of actually the Cheng Yin is really light. The only thing that really maybe comes up sometimes is like, it's a dragon, and if you use a Shuna's effect special, it locks you out summoning this, but that can maybe once. But I think this is actually a really good card. Just being able to like have lots of different linear lines. I was able to OTK when people didn't expect it because they just didn't expect me to play this card. Every time they would read this card and I would just kill them if I played it. It was so good. And then we got 3 book. This is mainly because I still respect Cash. It's still the best deck I feel. Being able to like book their first summon like Unicorn, Fenrir, it means then they have to like have like a rebirth to have another normal summon, which means they have to have what, 3 cards in hand, which isn't the likely result of it. It can happen, but I like to be able to face to go, okay, you need to have like 3 cards in hand, so
which is
one
very
card.
strong in a matchup. Yeah.
Also, I did find sometimes I would play what 2 super parries, and what I would do is if they're Northern Soul Piercer, I just book it.
Yeah, that's strong as well.
So strong. Now, if they're a Prodigy, it's like whatever. Normally, I have like a Blackout or like a Baron to stop it from anyone from resolving, but I still respect the card weight. I still respect Cash way too much. I'll probably play this in the YCS just because, again, unless there's like a new ban list that comes out, which I doubt will happen now, it's going to be. I think this is really good for this deck in particular.
Yeah.
That's that. And then we got 3 Ash, 3 Vader, 3 Imperm. I might try Ogre for the event. So I like these hand traps. I think obviously they're really good for the fact they can be versatile against anything, which for regionals is quite good because the problem you have is with regionals, especially our ones, they're so varied. I've just like maybe 2 of the same deck, maybe twice, and that's it.
Yeah.
Everything else I was completely different. I've Swordsoul, Super Heavies, Math Mix, great. I've tons of different decks. In Nationals, I'm a bit more prepared for like the higher tier decks, and these are decent, but I kind of want a bit more impact, especially against like Super Heavies, which like an Ash doesn't normally stop them. With Cash, like they're kind of decent, but I kind of want a bit more info to it. Maybe like a Droll, like a Bunya. Ogre's quite nice as well. Maybe to Ogre like the Rebirth. Maybe to Ogre Prodigy is really good. So I may actually consider doing that at some point.
Cool.
And then we got the last part of our deck, which is Desires. Never talk about.
Central 2.
Pot of Greed, why not? Then we got extra decks. So we've got the Chow thing. So the reason why I play this, I gave it a try, was because with the new level 2, you can make this with a dark attribute. So the idea is that you go with Emergence to Grave, you normal tire, banish the Emergence, make a token, make the token then level 7, and then you go effect of the Ringworm, special summon itself, make Yazi, and then with the level 2 and the level 7, you then make this. So if you verse like a dark deck, this locks them out, which was never previously available before. The issue with that was that it never really came up. I never really versed a dark deck that was good, so I'm not sure whether this is still good. Though what I do like about this is that going first, like in game 2 or game 3, Gamma, Imperm, Nib is extremely prevalent. And if you have like a Tara Shuna, you can make this, which then forces something out, and then you try and full combo, which did happen quite a lot. I would do that. And then we got, where is it? The Free Monk. So, let me try and grab the third one. There it is. So, I might try 2. And the reason I played third was because I was worried about the Unicorn banishing, like, if I had like 2, they banished 1, I'd only have 1 left. The problem I had was that, actually thinking about it in retrospect, they would never really banish this. They would normally banish like a Shisha or mainly the Baron, because that's what's more strong. So I'm probably going to play 2 in the future, because I want to make space for other stuff. I mean, never like, it did come out maybe like once where I needed the 3rd monk, but I don't think the 3rd one is necessary, I would say. And then we got the other link, which is the Shaman. This came up quite a lot, actually. A lot of the time, I would make this, discard, bring back Chenging, after I've normally synchro summoned, and I would then banish the Worm and Grave, bring a Worm to make a token, and then Cheng would trigger. Oh, sorry, no. Actually, no, I can't do that. Never mind. I just realised that now.
It's just good anyway.
Yeah, I think as well, sometimes you need this just like, go discard tire special, banish make token, make a level 8, because sometimes I was just stuck on that. You would normally make like Shisha or Draco Berserker if you had like nothing else. It's decent. I'm not sure if it's mandatory, but I think it still comes up where like in situations you have like literally just 2 worms and a discard, you can make like a level 8, which is decent.
Yeah. Takes your hand drops as well, it's quite nice.
Yeah. Dragon's another one. This came in maybe like once or twice. I'm not sure if it's the best, I would say. There's some other cards I might be trying out for this event. One of them's going to be Chaos Angel, which this might be a replacement for. It is quite good for the fact that, like, if you're versing like a deck like, I don't know, like Cash Tier or like Super Heavies, they do have a lot of spells that are quite important. But I normally found that I'd rather just like a Shisha or a Pop with like a backup set instead of this.
Yeah.
So it's a good card, but I'm not sure how relevant it's going to be. I think it's just like a flex spot, to be honest. And then we got Berserker, Mandatory, definitely play this. Yazi, Broken.
Yeah.
Evil Onion. I made this, I think, almost every turn if I could make Baron first. The ability to go like, oh yeah, I'm going to banish a special monster and a spell and trap is so much value. Especially because, well, I would put them under damage. So they would lose, what, like 300-400 damage. And they're trying to play into my board. And if they don't kill me, I'm almost guaranteed to kill them, which came up actually quite a lot. This thing is so good. I think this is like definitely the best also for like a long time.
It's good in cash matchup as well.
Yeah, exactly. And then we got 2 Seashell. Forgive the ultra rare. I'm trying my best. I'll hide it here. I know. Yeah, play 2. Never really talk about there. Baxia, best card on the deck. Why is this card spin 2? I don't know why.
Yeah.
Really good. Also, one thing I like as well is sometimes I would actually like make this, and then I would just like ring 1, banish, make token, and make like another level 10, like a Baron, pop a card, and kill. Where before that wasn't available before. Like, it's just, this card's too good. Why did they create this card? I don't know. And then we have Baron and then Chengin. This card I play a lot more now than I used to. Mainly because, like, with the Ring of Worm, I want to be able to make a Baron first and then start going the combos with, like, the Moye with the Ring of Worm, because before, I played very conservative. But with Ring of Worm, you can make some, like, you can make a lot more different boards depending on what you're versing. So, like, I versed, like, a deck that liked its spells and traps. I think it was Labyrinth. And I made, what was it, a Chenging, a Dragite, with a token and a blackout, which previously I wouldn't be able to do, except for the fact that the token you summon off the Ring of Worm is a worm itself, not a dragon, so you can pop with the blackout, so it's really good. That's that for that. So, time for the side deck. So, this card's outperforms, which was Gamma. This card's so powerful, for obvious reasons. What I actually did sometimes I actually would play this going first, because I was actually getting drolled quite often today. I'm sorry, on Saturday, because I think because I play Desires, Emergence, and people thought that I was a good deck to hit with Droll, and I would actually like Gamma on my turn. And one time I made like when Gamma summoned 2, and I used the Ring of Special Summon because this is a non-fit monster, and then I made Baron.
Oh, crazy!
Which actually helped me win the game. It was
That's
so
actually
strong.
pretty nuts.
So this card's really good. I might consider maybe main decking this potentially. I'm not too sure, but I'll have to see how it goes with that. And then we got Droll. I might main deck this. Super heavies, if they combo, I can't win. I need to stop them from playing.
Yeah.
The only problems I have with this main decking is Cash play D-Shifter. They can play D-Shifter in the main deck. And if you verse Cash with this, it's like you just don't do anything. Like, it's really hard to play around with Cash with this. I may still consider this main decking anyways, because I feel like it might become less favourable as like the ban list is Lumen, but I'm not too sure. This is only a consideration for the main deck, I would say. But it still outperforms. A bench deck I would verse was Swordsoul, like super heavies. Swordsoul the Mirror, actually. He went Desires, draw 2, I drolled him, he passed OTK'd. Such a good card.
There's Alties as well.
Yeah, there's Alties.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Try my best here. Speaking of Alties,
oh, yeah.
free nib. This card performs so hard. I actually, in the last round when I was versing Mathmech Sandman Greats, I lost game 1 because I misplayed. Game 2, he cracked my boards, and he was going into the OTK line. And then I went before Battle Phase Nib, and then I OTK'd him next turn. And if it wasn't for this, I wouldn't have won the event. Came 4th, which was, this card was so good. Just because people don't expect this. Surprisingly, they just play into this so much. I don't know why. I think it's definitely a really strong card to play. Especially with like, I think it's good with super heavies if they don't go into the Baron line, which people didn't actually. They will just play into this really hard, and I just won the game with it. And then we got free anti-spell. So I don't know how to feel about this card because I never actually saw it the entire event. The theory was that if you verse Cash, they lose all their good spells, which means they only have bodies, which if you have a decent board, you will stop them from playing, basically. If you verse super heavies, they can't do Prodigy Line. I didn't actually realise that the equips don't care about this, which was something I didn't actually realise at the time. It didn't actually come up. Also in the mirror as well, they'd have like, you want to prevent them from doing like go second stuff, so like Dark Ruler, Lightning Storm, all the good spells tend to go in seconds. This sort of stops them. Again, I didn't see it, so I have no idea whether it's actually good or not. I don't know. But I might consider still playing anyways, because I like the theory behind it, but I'm not too sure. And then The last card I'm playing is Too Evenly. This is the card I did not like the most. This never ever came up. So the theory was behind this is that I want to verse like back row decks, and then if they're going first, they'll set a bunch of back row. You evenly them, you take control of the game. You'll have a very good go second situation, especially with all the tangies as well. The problem is that I never verse a trap deck, and whenever I verse a deck, I would rather just side in Nib and Gamma because all the decks were combo or mid range, and like you could do this against like Kashtira, but I'd rather just stop them from like actually having a ball because I don't want them to vibes will knock me, which can still happen. And then this is just dead in your hands. Yeah, that's why I got together.
Cool. Well, that's the deck. Congratulations.
Thanks.
And see you in nationals. Thanks.